and gentlemen, I am Thaddeus Shade, and you're listening to the Odd Nerd Podcast, and here we go. It is Wednesday, July 1st, 2026, for all future self to see, just in case you guys discover this podcast and you're like, what was it like in 2026? Well, here I am, a very elderly guy talking to you directly, right? And let's talk about a few things. Let's get into it. I am the Odd Nerd. And what I'm going to start to do is I'm going to talk about some life stuff, and then I'm going to finish talking about some movie or some TV show, which shall be fun and entertaining. Let's get right into it. All right? Let's start out with weight loss. I have been on a journey, and if you listen to past podcasts, I have talked about me fasting. And I fast for 18 hours, right? My window to eat is from 12 to 6 p.m. And it is a bitch. When I started out, it was a bitch. I'm not gonna lie to you. It started out, it was a bitch. It was hell. It was tough. It was gangster. You know what I'm saying? It was being stomped by Timberlands in New York with 4 Knicks fans who all say, hey, what are you talking about? We're going to LaGuardia. Anyway, it was very difficult, and my boy Craig Visions put me on to this fasting journey, and it has been the most effective thing that I've done in my life. It has changed my whole health. I have lost a total of 55 pounds doing it, and it was not easy. It wasn't easy, man. Trying to figure out, and my whole life, so I've been a promoter for almost 15 years, maybe 15 years, for sure 15 years. I've been a promoter of nightlife, right? And eating late night was the thing to do. When I started this, I was 305, right? I was a heavyweight lover, Heavy D. And for the Gen Z who don't know who Heavy D is, shame on you. But I started out heavyweight lover, Heavy D, right? 305. My biggest I was like 330, 340, but that was a long time ago. And I started playing ball and I lost weight, but then it just was stick around because I love the food and I love candy and I love to eat. I was an eater. I was an eater. I get down with the best of them when it came to eating. And before I became vegan, you put me in a hot dog challenge and I smash you. I would smash you. It was nothing to me. It was a skill. Give me some glizzies. Give me a plate of glizzies, man. Give me 10 plate of glizzies. I would smash anybody in a glizzy challenge, man. I get down with the best of them. And that's before I became vegan. I went vegan. That changed a lot of my body, right? How I felt and how I smelled, all that stuff. But anyway, but the biggest change I made was going to fasting, 18 hours, right? So I would eat between 12 and 6, and I had to learn how to adjust to not eating after 6 p.m. And that was a motherfucker because there would be nights from Thursday to Saturday, and I do other nights too, but Thursday to Saturday that I would be out and about 2 to 3 in the morning. That shit was gangster. I used to think like, I just have some fries. Like I told you, I was I'm vegan, so I would think like I just have some fries, bro. That's it. I'm gonna have a little fry. I'm gonna have a little friggity fry. Put it in the stomach. I'm good. I'll get up, hit the gym, but nah, it wasn't working. I'd still go to the gym, waddle on all sides. I'm doing 2 hours worth of work, hour and a half worth of work, cardio, you name it. It didn't matter. And it's true, man. It's true. It's all in the kitchen, baby. It's all in the kitchen. It's all what you put in your body when you put it in your body. And as soon as I started doing that, I started dropping weight like crazy, right? And nothing was easy. And I got to give my boy a salute. And so this fasting has got me from 305 to 250, 249, 248. And I'm trying to stay under 250. And now I'll start to lift. And it's gangster. One thing you notice is like the reaction people give you is not a fun reaction. It's not fun. When you drippity dropping the weight, it's not fun the way people react to you because it's like, well, damn, was I the size of 2 apartment buildings to where you guys are having this type of drastic response? Am I now Pookie CB4 who's doing the Crystal Rock? What's happening? People react to you like, oh my God, you lost so much weight. You look so good. Like, what did I look like before, man? I mean, what did I look like before? To get this type of reaction to where you're like, It's so drastic, and you almost feel kind of hurt behind it. Like, damn, I was a really big back bloated black big back bloated motherfucker. When motherfuckers would be having this drastic. Are you doing crack? No, I'm not doing crack, man. I'm just trying to do better. Let me get a sip of my coffee because my coffee is my shit. This is the Odd Nerd. This is the Odd Nerd podcast. Let's go. By the way, if anybody who listens to me knows that I get down on the coffee, and I just got a package of the espresso pod. They just got to the dough before I started doing this. They just got to the dough. This is pistachio vanilla, right? Will Smith, right? Right. Pistachio vanilla with some very clean organic barista milk in here. It's oat milk, I get it. It's oat milk, I get it, right? But it's oat milk in here, and I put a little bit of the pistachio. No. Actually, I put the orange cream syrup, just a tad bit to give it some woohoo. And then I happen to see, I know I'm finishing about my fasting. Just hold on. I happen to see on the gram this influencer was making her coffee thing that she had fell in love with, and she was like showing the recipe, and I was like, oh shit, here's a white person showing me a recipe about some coffee, and I know y'all don't play about y'all shit like how I don't play about my shit, especially white women. So I was like, oh shit, I'm locked in. So she showed me what she was making. She was like, I make this every morning, and I be so la la. I was like, okay, show me what it is. So she was putting brown sugar. I said, okay, a nigga likes some brown sugar. She put some honey. I said, oh, a nigga fuck with some honey. So she put some honey in there, and then she put a little salt. I said, salt in the coffee. I said, fuck it. I'm going to risk it. I made it, and I'd be damned if I'm not addicted. I'd be damned, man. I'd be damned if I'm not addicted. And that's what I did with this, man. I got the espresso pod in there, and I put the brown sugar with the honey and a little bit of this flaky sea salt. I bought that shit off of Amazon, and I bought as if I'm not a regular motherfucker. I bought as if I got millions in the bank. I bought brown sugar, the best brown sugar I can buy. I bought some $20 bag brown sugar. I bought the flaky sea salt from Iceland. Some sea salt from Iceland. Nigga, you are a Negro. What are you doing? But I bought it because I like to be classy when I fucks with the coffee. And the honey, I got some, I can't even say the name of it because it's Hakuna Matata honey. And it was the low grade 50 from New Zealand. I bought that, came in a jar, it was $20, and I made it all together. The shit tastes bomb. Let me get a sip of my shit. This is the Odd Nerd podcast. I do what I want on my shit. So, Visions put me on to the fasting, and it's really worked. And it's taught me a lot of discipline, and I'm very proud of myself. Because it's not easy, man. Weight loss is not easy. My mom got food stamps, man, and how she would make those foods that, man, we eat pretty good. It wasn't like my mom wasn't picking up a box and looking on the back of the ingredients. She's like, nigga, y'all niggas need to eat. Here it is. She wasn't picking that shit up, turning around like, oh shit, red color dye 79. You gonna get nah. She's just like, I need to eat. And so we would get like Tampico juice. If you ever had for Gen Z, Tampico juice, there's NASA fuel and there's Tampico juice. If there's astronauts out there in space and they're floating around and they're like, oh shit, we run out of fuel, and somebody's like, look, I got a gallon of Tampico juice. They're like, oh shit, we need to put that in the fuel tanks. The fuel tank, that'll get us back to Earth. That's how explosive Tampico juice was. At 11 years old, I would drink Tampico juice and I would get 55-year-old heartburn. I'm like, and now run out and play and be like, this is burning in my chest. My mama didn't care because that shit was like $1.50 a gallon. You get orange, you get pink. It's like $1.50 a gallon. She didn't care. She's just trying to feed. And so, I Snickers and Salisbury. You have Salisbury steak? Have you ever cooked Salisbury steak and then you like, oh, we got some Salisbury steak left. We're going to put it in the fridge and then we're going to come back to it. And you look at the sauce. That's alien hair grease. Oh. Salisbury steak left over ain't nothing but alien hair grease. Have you ever seen? Look, it's all thick and weird. It ain't what it was when you put it in the stove and you pulled it back out. That ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? So you know you was eating straight poison, man. So my whole life I understood nothing but poison. And as you get older, you become a surgeon about, let me look on the back. Even if you're not vegan, I'm vegan, but even if you're looking on the back, you like, let me look on the back. Because I give a fuck about health. You learn so much. So much is out there, so much knowledge of what not to eat, what to eat, when to eat it, how to cook it, how to wash it. There's so much out there. You'd be a fool not to start to enjoy the journey of how to eat better. You still want to have fun, because I still have plenty of fun. I'm still going to get down with a cake. I'm still going to get down with a cupcake. I'm still going to get down with a pie. I'm still going to get down with a Pop-Tart. These mango Pop-Tarts I would go get, man, from my place, Goji, downtown Phoenix. I go get these mango Pop-Tarts, man. And let me tell you something. If vagina tastes like these mango Pop-Tarts, man, I'd be in prison, because all I'd be trying, is there more vagina out there I could eat? Because the mango Pop-Tarts that I get from Goji are amazing. But my whole thing is saying is, man, this fasting journey has really changed my life. It is difficult, but once you get in a groove of, like, I've done 72, 48, 24 hours, this straight water fast, and the 72 should only be done by people who are on death row. When you do a 72-hour water fast, those are only meant for people who are on death row. Do you understand what I'm telling you? That shit is no joke. But you feel amazing mentally when you get done with it. Physically, you feel like, whoo, I feel lighter on my feet. You drinking the water, and a big thing that really helped me was LMMT. So I would call it LMMT, and then my black ass discovered it was Element. The whole time I would say LMMT, LMMT, LMMT. It is Element. And that package saved my life. Element is full, it's got like 1,000 milligrams of sodium, right? That's a lot of sodium, I know. But, I'm black, so I grew up eating chicken with, fried chicken. Never mind, let me not even get into all that. But listen, 1,000 milligrams of sodium, I think it got like 300 milligrams of potassium, and then there's magnesium. It's magnesium and then potassium, so it's all in there, right? And I learned that, like, when you're craving things, you just want some salt, some potassium, some magnesium. So I would take I learned about it, and then I would take a little sippy sip, because my boy Visions put me on a video, and and the doctor was talking about it. I think it was on Diary of a CEO. He was talking about it. And I was like, all right, bet. I bought it, sprinkled it. I would sip it, because I didn't want to I never did a whole thing. That's a lot of sodium, right? So I would only do like half a pack, and I would sip it, and I would catch myself not being hungry, man. So I was like, oh shit, that thing would save my life. Now I'm moving around, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing Barry Sanders shit up the stairs. For you Gen Zers don't know what Barry Sanders is, go look up the highlights on YouTube. I'm doing Barry Sanders moves up the stairs. When I walk my dog, I'm out there moving around like Patty Mahomes. Before the knee injury and after, I still believe in you, Patty. Go Chiefs. It's crazy, man. I'm really happy about that journey. That journey's crazy. It's really crazy. And it's insane how people look at you, Even with the new smile that I have in my mouth, please don't look at it. Thank you. Because I'm like, it's weird, because you do things like, I'm not like a big, put me in the spotlight, put me in the middle of the room and I'm going to take over the room. Like, woo, let me look at me. I'm cha-chaing on top of a table. That's not what I do, right? I'm very, very cool, except for when I'm on here, that's when I act a fool. But in live and in person, I'm very chill, right? Just want to be cool, put me in the corner. You want to talk, have a conversation. Oh, yeah, 10, yeah, for real. Oh, yeah, Steph Curry is the man. Yeah, for sure. That's how I am, right? I don't like the attention, right? But the way people react to, you doing something and it changing your look, it's like, damn, was I ugly? Did God make a mistake? I got to blame my parents more. What type of DNA was y'all mixing where you got me? Because people are having these reactions, and it's like crazy to think that we are really eye contact. We eye first. It's eye first, and then everything else is second. I was watching an episode of Home Improvement because I watch like comfort shows to go to sleep. I'm watching an episode of Home Improvement, and this has got to be like season. If you don't know what Home Improvement is, Google it. And this is like season 3 or 4. Season 3 or 4, it's got to be. And Jill comes home from work, and she's talking to Tim, and she's telling Tim about work, and she's working in a hospital, I think. And she's like, she was sad because this lady came in, and she's getting all this work done because her husband left her after 30 years of marriage for a younger woman. And she was just kind of sad about like all these women coming in and getting these breast implants and getting these things done to her body. And I was like, damn, this is like 94, 95 that they're talking about this. And I know plastic surgery's been around forever, but I never put 2 and 2 together watching Home Improvement, right? And I'm like, damn, motherfuckers have been doing shit to their bodies for a long time to look better. And so Jill hands old Timmy Tim the pictures, and he's looking at like the before and after, and Tim drops the punchline of, oh, she could have saved the marriage if she had done this earlier, which is very funny, by the way. It was very funny. But Jill was hurt, but it was very funny. I actually laughed. And it's, normally I just watch those shows to get a nice little comfort. That way Satan get off my ass and I can get some sleep out. Because, the old comfort shows bring a lot of happiness and joy. So I like to get into it. So Satan be like, oh, it's too happy in here. I'm going somewhere else. Plus I'll be having my AC frosty in this motherfucker. And you know what I'm saying? I keep my AC down to the bare minimum. I like to challenge Antarctica when I put my AC on, right? And he be in here, ooh, it's a little too cold in here for me. And this nigga happy too, I'm about to leave. So that's why I put my comfort shows on. But he made that punchline. I laughed. It was funny. I laughed. But it's, people have been making changes to their bodies forever, man. And then even he acknowledged that like, oh shit, there's a drastic difference. And it's kind of a weird feeling to have people be like, oh shit, you look so good. Well, damn, bitch, you wasn't telling me that 4 or 5 months ago. You look so good. What do you want? Some of the dick? You know what I'm saying? Do you want some of the dick? Because you wasn't saying that 4 or 5 months ago. That shit hurts. It's cool, it's great to hear, right? And it keeps you motivated to stay in the gym. And anybody that I talk to, you talk to me about it, I'm like, it motivates you to stay and do what you're going to do because, you like to feel better first. It's all about feeling better first. The compliments do help. Make no mistake, the compliments do help, ladies and gentlemen. They make you feel really good. Oh, they make you feel really good. It just is when you sit back and you analyze, you kind of are like, damn. When I get up to heaven and I'm talking to God, I gotta let him know, like, man, you kind of did me over, man. I had to go do some other things to my mouth. I had to do some things to my body. And you're like, nigga, the body shit is all you, baby. You can't put that on me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, I made the people who made the Snickers, who made the Reese's, who made the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but you didn't have to put it all down to your system. I said, but shit, it was good, man. Why do you have to make the people to make the food so good? And, I dabbled for a long time. I don't even eat cereal no more. I miss cereal, man. I miss cereal. I'm just thinking about it right now. I miss cereal. But I'm very appreciative of the journey, and it has changed my life. So out there, if you're out there and you're struggling, I'm not even somebody who's going to push some shit on you, but I'm not going to push shit on you. But if you ask me, I'm going to say, man, start out with 12-12. Don't eat for 12 hours and then have a 12-hour window to eat. Try it out, build yourself up to 18. And if you're going to do 72, because my boy Davion just jumped right into the game because he's doing it too, and he done lost a lot of weight. He got all the compliments in the world, you know what I'm saying? And if you're going to do it, don't do like him. He did it the skydiving way. He just jumped right into it, did 72, and then started the journey. I would never say that because I told you that 72 hours is only for lifers. Lifers and death rows, because that shit is gangster. That shit gangster, son. I ain't gonna lie to you. That shit ain't for everybody. You feel me, homie? That shit ain't for everybody. That shit gangster. But the fasting has changed my life. Anyway, let me get a little sip of my coffee because it's my shit. I can do what I want. And moving on to more impressive things because of the weight loss in the teeth, right? Here comes me and my boy. We go to Luna Cafe downtown Phoenix. Luna Cafe or Luna's Cafe? I don't know. It's cool, man. It's a really retro type cafe bar place because they sell the liquor there, and you can get you a beer there too. But they also have coffee, and they coffee the bomb. You know what I'm saying? C4, Grenade, bomb, the bomb. Martin, the bomb. It's really good. And they have like this coffee there that's got it's like a peanut butter chocolate joint. Very impressive. Very impressive. Very. And we go there and we, sit down, shooting the shit, talking the shit, working on promoting, doing the work, whatever, right? And we've been there for a little bit. And that's when I first got the Pocket 3, which I'm using right now, right? I got that and I'm fucking around with that because I was gonna make some content, but I'm still learning it, right? This was a few weeks ago. And I got my head kind of down, and then there's this lady, I don't see her, but this lady comes up and she has a paper and she puts it in my hand. And Davion, I think at the time, was on the phone. But I guess he had peeped everything. I didn't see nothing, but the lady had put something in my hand. At first I was like, don't touch me, because I don't know who you are, right? I wasn't really like that. I'm not like that at all. Unless you homeless. I'm not gonna lie, unless you homeless. I'm just keeping it real. If you homeless and you come up and touch me, I'm gonna give you a jab with the left, clean you out with the right. Talk to me first. I don't mind giving something to your pockets. I don't mind that at all. If you are homeless and you happen to see this, I don't know how you will, you touch me, straight jab, finish you with the right. You know what I'm saying? You sleep. And you wake up thinking you're in a mansion, but you're still on the streets. That's just what it is, man. Don't touch me, right? But I didn't see her. So she touched me and put something in my hand. I was like, what the fuck? And I looked up, and all I saw was the back of her head. And Davion was like, he was on the phone, he got the phone. He's like, oh, I knew she just kept staring at you, dog. She just kept staring at you. I knew she was going to do something. She just kept staring at you. And I looked at my hand, I said, oh shit. There's paper in my hand, and it said, I like your face, and there's a phone number. Now, I'm going to tell you the whole story. Before I get to the whole story, I just want to say this. That shit don't happen to me. You see what I'm saying? 6 years, not years, but 6 months ago, I wasn't getting no women walking up to me and putting numbers in my hand. You know what I'm saying? They're not, that shit happens to the Hemsworths and the Jordan B's, the Beaten Jordans, the B Jordans. It don't happen to me, right? So I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking it's a bill collector. Bill collector done got me. He done came up and said, I found you, motherfucker. You owe us some money. I thought he put something, you know what I'm saying? I didn't see him. I thought he put something in my hand. He said, I got you. I was mad about it. But now I just saw the back of her head and said, I like your face. And there's a number on there. So there's two sides to this. It's very cool. It's very cool. For the guys that this shit happens to, you lucky sons of bitches. It's a very cool feeling. And then I understand the women's side of it. How creepy it is to have that be done to you. Because you don't see it's like a drive-by number drop off. You don't see it. You know what I'm saying? And if you're a guy, you're supposed to always move with a level of confidence. And sometimes, you got 2-3 women at a table inside of a coffee shop. That ain't something you want to attack. That ain't something you want to move into because you walking into the village of the strike zone. You don't want to do that. Sometimes you don't want to do that. But so you got to be slick. You got to move in a slick way. So you might want to write the number down and then walk over there and be like, oh, this is from somebody else, but it's actually from you. And then you get the fuck out of there. You know what I'm saying? But I can see how there's a big level of creep to it. And that's what I was wondering when I left. I said, oh man, this is really cool. This really happened. And I was like, well, What if she like admires like Ted Bundy? What if I call her and she's like, hello? And then I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? What if she's into all that? She hides it all from me. Next thing I know, I go over to the place and it's like a dungeon. It's like scalps and like and heads of rhinos and shit. Like, gotta go over there, and that's what she into. All because I called the person who shoved the number into my hand. Now, in all realness, in all seriousness, I have not called her. And if you happen to see this, I am so sorry because I really wanted to, but I think I lost the number. And I was actually really hurt by this because I wanted to talk about this, and I wanted to talk to you about what I did and how I pursued, or if I texted her, if I didn't text her, because I wasn't going to call. And who calls nowadays? What the fuck? I don't even like to, don't call me. And you people who FaceTime, shame on you. Don't FaceTime. Don't do that. Don't do random FaceTimes. Have the decency. Have the decency to just check and see if it's cool. Hey, is it cool if I FaceTime you? Don't just FaceTime me. That's just inappropriate behavior. That's not acceptable behavior. That's unacceptable behavior. That's not appropriate behavior. And I was really mad at myself. Now I'm gonna try to find it. I haven't really scoured, because I put it in my pocket. I haven't really properly scoured where it possibly could be in the crib, but I am hurt by it. Because I really wanted to see who was this woman. The fucked up thing about my boy, all he kept saying is, you're going to be able to get that. You're going to be able to, you're going to be able to get that. I kept asking him how she look. Hey, you're going to be able to get that. Oh, how she look? Oh, boy, you're going to get that easy. Now, hey, lady, ma'am, I'm not saying that you're easy. If you see this, ma'am, lady, that's not what I'm saying. That's just how we talk as men. We talk like that. That ain't him. He's just saying that you had the big time hots for me, and I'm going to be able to get the cuckoo easy. That's all he's saying. But I'm not saying you like that. I like to earn my coochie. I don't like layup coochie. Layup coochie scares me. I like to earn my spot in Coochieville. You understand what I'm saying? I like to earn my spot in Coochieville. And we're not saying you like that. We just how we talk amongst men. So let me tell you something. Everybody do it. Your pastor in the church, when he with his other pastor buddies, he's like, ooh, you see Sister Digger? Ooh, you see Sister Digger? Ooh, they get to talking like that. They gotta, cause he be paying attention, so they gotta a little bit with it. They gotta put a little bit more PG, a little bit PBS on it. They can't get like, he can't say you gonna get that shit. He can't say that. He can say that, ooh, you know what I'm saying? They can say, oh, Sister D, she like you, Pastor. You know, they can say that. But what they really saying is, ooh, she gonna give you some of that clean heaven, you know what I'm saying? She give you some of that clean heaven shit, you know? They can't. But, oh shit. So yeah, I'm kind of hurt. I got to try to find the number. If I find the number, I'll definitely still message her if the window hasn't closed. I don't know what the window is for that. I don't know if there's a timeline for that, like a time period of when she's going to be accepting of me hitting her up and being like, oh, hey, you remember me from 3 weeks ago at Luna's Cafe? She might, because I look like Shaquille O'Neal. There's not a lot of people out here that just look like Shaquille O'Neal. There's not a lot of us out here that look like Shaquille O'Neal. I'm one of them. And she's going to be like, oh, yeah, you the one like Shaquille O'Neal. Yes, that's me. But I'm going to try to find a number. If I find the number, I'm going to call or I'm going to text. I'm so sorry. I'm going to text. We're going to see what happens, and we'll go on that journey. But it was one of the cooler things that have happened this year. Because it just doesn't happen, you know, to a lot of guys. Not a lot of women ain't walking up in shy mode. They barely approach you. You know what I'm saying? You got to do all the work, which is fine. That's what men supposed to do. We supposed to go do the work. I'm not saying that, don't get all weird on me, but it's rare that you're going to get one to come up to you and be like, you look good enough for me to put a number in your hand. Creep. You're not a creep, lady. I'm just making jokes. You're creep. No, I'm just playing. I'm just fucking around. But it was pretty fucking cool. And maybe I just go back. Maybe I just start going back to Luna's Cafe every day, hoping to see her. And then maybe she come up to me and be like, you never. And I'm like, oh. And then I see her, and maybe she ain't because we all use our eyes. Remember, I just talked about y'all judging me and my weight loss and how all of a sudden I look better. I ain't no better. I ain't no better. I'm gonna look at you dead now. I'm gonna look at you. I'm gonna make the proper adjustments. Oh yeah, you can come meet me at Bible study. I'm gonna make the proper adjustments. Because if you look good enough, I'm not gonna mention Bible study. You want to get some food? You get something to eat? And if you don't look Bible study, Bible study. One of the coolest things that have happened to me, and you think about what could potentially happen, if she was cool. Because then I could look up and be like the couple from today that climbed the Empire State Building. That's like 1,450 feet up. They climbed it and they got to the top and they put a banner, like some type of flag up about world peace, which is cool. Put a little flag up about some world peace. And then they climbed down just a little bit to a platform and the guy proposed to her. It's really hard to beat that. There's a lot of guys out there that have done a lot of amazing proposals. It's hard to beat that. And you line them all up, like, oh yeah, I was NBA Finals, halftime. Asked her to marry me. It came across the board. LeBron James came out. Helped me do it. It's pretty solid. You know what I'm saying? I was at a Bruce Springsteen concert. Bruce let me come on stage. She was blindfolded. She didn't know what was going on. It's pretty cool. Empire State Building, 1,400 feet up in the air, to drop a message, which is a really good message, and then to go down lower, get on one knee, propose, and the lady from Philly, who was the news lady, she was in Philly. She's like, oh, they started kissing. She's like, oh, and then she was talking about, oh, please don't walk to the edge, and you could see the girl stick her hand out with her phone and then like take pictures. It's all cool because you're going to jail, right? You got to get all you can get out of it because you're going to jail when it's all said and done. You got to get all you can get out of it. It was really dope. And you got the proposal. You climbed all the way up. I don't know how you did it. Somewhere Christopher Nolan's thinking about doing Batman again because Matt Reeves taking forever. And he's thinking about doing Batman. And he's like, I got to figure out how they did that because I'm going to use it. And then it's cool because you got to milk it for everything. They climbed up 1,450 feet in the air and got the proposal. She taking the video for the gram because they're going to jail. And it's really dope. They got the peace sign up there, world peace. And then I'll find out they got a Netflix documentary. What's that Netflix documentary? What's that shit called? What is that? Skywalker, A Love Story, right? Yeah. Skywalker, A Love Story. So Netflix, 2024. Netflix is going to buy this too. Because damn. So just when you think you're single, think about how single you are. It was really cool to see, though. I'm not going to lie to you. That's love. I don't, even if it's, a little bit of show in there, there is some things that you do together. They like to climb shit. They like to climb shit and do wild shit at the top. Cool wild shit. They like to climb shit. They did it together. They going to jail together. And I think she had on a Batman mask, man. She had on a Batman mask. How do you guys find these women that are into these things? I can't find them, bro. It's impossible to find a woman who's into it. It's just bullshit. It's just bullshit. Whatever, man. But I'm happy for you. And I don't know how much your bail is going to be, and I'm sure Netflix will take care of it because they're coming. But it was really cool to see. Got you a little message, got a little proposal. It was really cool to see. I don't think you can top that. I just don't think there's a proposal out there you can top. Unless for real, like, I'm not even gonna say it. Nope, not gonna say it. But that's pretty bad. Now I told you that the format would be, first of all, this is the Odd Nerd Podcast. Let's give some claps in here. All right, now this is where it's going to get fun. All right, for me, I have dived all the way in to making content about movies and TV shows and kind of doing spoiler-free reviews, and I'm trying to get better and better and better at it, right? That's what I love. I love movies. I love TV shows. I love all types of movies. And I'm a diehard. Music runs my life. My other vice out of those three, there's music, there's TV shows, there's movies, and then I'm a smell good connoisseur. I like the cologne. I'll get into all that eventually. But right now I'm building up TV and movie show, and I just love talking about them. I love watching them. It's my shit. That's my jam. That's the Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Oh God, I just got done watching episode 1 of X-Men 97 season 2. Whew, I got 2 more to watch. Well, I started the other one. I got phone calls and I couldn't finish. It's bullshit. Anyway, can't wait. Anyway, but into my episodes, I try to get to like the last 30 to 20 minutes of the episode where I'm going to talk about something that I'm watching, or I'll bring up a classic. And I just really, it's weird that I use this as my first one to start out with, but I just, for some reason, really, 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 really fuck with this movie. And it's probably like, how do you fuck with this movie that much? Well, let's go into it. The movie is titled The Legend of Billie Jean. Came out in 1985. Now, 80s movies, they don't never die to me. A lot of them really just hold weight for me because they just bring a lot of something to them. Now, 85, I was very young and I couldn't even recognize or understood what that movie was about at the time. But I would say somewhere around The Wiz, not the, is it The Wiz? The Wizard? The Wizard, not The Wiz with Michael Jackson and Diana Ross, but The Wizard with Fred Savage. I kind of started to pick up, it had Nintendo in there, I kind of understand, and that's when I kind of got a hold of Pat Benatar's Invincible. When my mom was watching the movie one time and I was like listening to Invincible and I was like, oh shit, I like that. I don't know what movie this is. And then I liked the lady in there, and she had a fade. She had a fade, you know what I'm saying? She had a G.I. Jane fade. And I was like, oh shit, I like her. And then I like the fucking song. What is this? And then I heard Fair is Fair. I understood Fair is Fair. So let's get into it. The Legend of Billie Jean came out in 85, and the tagline is Fair is Fair. That was a big part of this movie. And the movie's pretty much over, some small town bullies are messing with a kid. This kid happens to be a young Christian Slater. His first movie. And I can't think of her name. Oh boy. Hold on. Don't get mad at me, y'all. I can't think of her name. I'm gonna be so mad at myself, bro. But she was the first Supergirl, and I'll get her name in a second. She's the first Supergirl. And these bullies in the town are messing with her brother, and her brother rides this scooter. It's a big reason why I have a scooter to this day. Like, because I seen that scooter in that movie. And then when I was younger and living in my grandma's house, our next door neighbor had a scooter. His scooter looked like the scooter in Billie Jean. And I was just like, he's so cool because he's got a scooter that looks like the scooter in Billie Jean. Anyway, and they end up messing up this kid's scooter. And the sister's like, nah, they got to pay for that. And it's $608. And they try to go to the young bully's dad's car lot and to get this money. And he's like, no, I'm not going for it. I'm not going to pay you the $608 because they wouldn't pay for it. And she came in demanding the $608. And he was like, yeah, I'm lying to you, because he's like, oh yeah, I got the money. Come on upstairs. And she goes upstairs with him. He gets all Harvey Weinstein and all that shit. I'm sorry. It is what it is. It is what it is. I said it. He gets all Harvey Weinstein. She's like, get off me. And then the commotion happens, and young Christian Slater, I'm not going to tell you what happens, but an accident happens, because you might want to go see the movie. You might want to watch the movie, right? So something happens, and all because he didn't want to pay the $608 to have the scooter fixed, a whole thing happens. She becomes Joan of Arc, which she watches in the movie, right? She watches Joan of Arc. God damn it, I'm telling you stuff. And she gets on the run, right? And in the 80s, rebellion movies became a big deal. Like, a really big deal. Was that Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Is that, get that right? Ferris Bueller. That's my Jimmy Jam classic, and it became a big deal. There's way more, but it became a big deal. Lost Boys is my shit, and she goes on a run, and she becomes kind of like this hero who's rebellion against law, rebellion against parents, and she kept saying fair is fair, and it's like a smooth tagline, fair is fair. And as she's running away from law, these teens throughout the country are hiding her in houses. I'm not going to tell you everything, but they're hiding her out. And the cops are like, just turn yourself in. It's okay. We're not da-da-da-da-da-da. And then the dad who owns a car lot, he's a real piece of shit. He's trying to press charges, and he's got like a arm sling. He's a piece of shit. He's like pig piece of shit. And then the cops are kind of noticing he's a pig piece of shit, and they're just trying to get her to come in. And she's got a crew running around with her, and it's just cool, man. It's just 80s on top of 80s, right? And some of the things that I know, this is sleeper cult classics. I feel like there are real cult classics where movies don't do well because it was a flop in the box office. I think it was shot in Corpus Christi, and I've never been in. My boy Craig Vision used to work down in there, but I've never been to Corpus Christi. But it was shot down there, and cult classics are like The Big Lebowski, right? They're massive. They're big deals. They don't really do well in the box office, but all of a sudden they get on to VHS or DVD, and they just blow up like they're the most important thing in the cinema, right? Well, this one is a cult classic, but I don't feel like it gets enough of its respect, especially when it comes to Pat Benatar's Invincible, which is one of the best theme songs for a movie all time to me. And there's a lot of them. I didn't say the best. I said one of the best, at least top 10. At least top 10. It's top 10. Who? I don't know what that's about. But was I happy with that? The cool thing about Pat Benatar, I guess she saw the movie and she didn't think the movie was good enough. Well, she saw the movie and she didn't think the movie was good enough for the song. So I'm assuming her label was like, we don't care about all that. You're going to put the song in there. And the song technically is what carries the movie, 50% of the movie. Like, it's just an overall 80s feeling movie, and it's kind of like fun, and it does make you feel rebellious, and you get to see parts of the country as they ride through, and they're running and stuff. It's they do the same thing in The Wizard, where they have these moments where send me an angel, that song plays, and they're like driving, you see farmland, you just get these shots of kind of seeing America, which is kind of cool. Rural areas, whatever the case may be, right? So it's just kind of one of those fun movies, and I think it's overlooked because it's kind of got some got a little message to it. And, as you grow up, you get an idea of like, yo, man, my parents really don't listen to me. My moms and my pops don't be listening to me. And you kind of get into that zone of like, nah, I'm not going to come back when the street lights come on. Now, listen, I'm going to say this. Now, I never looked at the street lights come on and say, fuck it. The only time I ever did that is because I knew that, I'm not going to make it. I'm just going to deal with it because I'm not going to make it. I'm just going to, I'm going to get in trouble anyway. We used to think like that, and man, it turned out bad every time. No matter how you felt, you'd be like, man, I'm gonna get in trouble anyway. So you would hang out with your friends, and you just would deal with it, and you would be like, you would finally go home. And you're like, this on your walk back home, because we would walk everywhere. Because y'all know about being outside. We would walk everywhere, and when you would walk home, you start to realize this was a big mistake. This was a big mistake because you can justify 5 minutes after the streetlights. You can justify 10 minutes. But if you go into the mode of, I'm going to get in trouble anyway, and it's an hour or it's 2 hours past, that's a special ass whooping. And then while you're in the special ass whooping zone while it's happening to you, realize this was a horrific idea, bad idea. This was not good. Because this is a different type of Negro Kung Fu that my mother is doing to me. And you don't make too many of those moves after that. You may got one more in you, and then the second time you decide the ass whooping is worse, and then but it's followed up by more shit. Like now you locked in the house and can't go outside, or you just become the 90s slave. You know, you become the 90s Kuta Kente. You just working all over the place in the house. You know what I'm saying? Lifting the toilet up and getting the cockroaches under the toilet. You know what I'm saying? You just working real hard after your whole body fucked up. So you really can't move everything because she didn't gave you the Kung Fu. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, rebellion is just a part of teenage years. And you didn't get a lot. I listen. I had a little rebellion in me, but mom's was a street fighter. Like she just was like, she was raising 3 boys, so she was just down with the hands. We could just go out to the front yard. We can just go out to the front yard and we could just throw the hands with the best of them. You know how crazy that is? My mom has some height on her, but it's crazy for, you know, you're used to going outside when you in the hood and just when you growing up, period. It doesn't matter. Like when you was a young teenage boy and you either was going, you gonna get in fights, you just gonna tackle each other on concrete, you just gonna do shit to fuck your body up. So, but you're used to that shit. You're not used to, you know, mom's just gonna square up with you in the yard, and she was down for it. And so you're not gonna square it with your mama. So you just gotta accept the beating. You just gotta accept your ass whooping. It hurt. She's a professional ass whooper. You know what I'm saying? And you when you black, you just have high respect for your elders. So you just, you get your ass whooped under the bed. You start out on top, or you start out up and alive, functioning. All of a sudden, she didn't beat you under the bed, and she didn't came under there, and she doing Jackie Chan shit under the bed. Elbow punch. It's professional shit. I don't know where they developed it at. I don't know where they went to school for how the art form of ass kicking from black parent to child. I don't know where it started, who taught them the technique and how it got passed down to all black. It's a special technique that started somewhere because it involves very threatening words, a lot of threatening words, and then you getting hit while there's more threatening words coming with you. And it's like, oh shit, this is professional. That's why when we fight, we get up in there, we talking shit while we fighting, because we learned that from the parents. You know what I'm saying? You getting a thorough ass whooping, whether it be belt, whether it be fist, whether it be cords, whether it be phones, whether it be switches. You ever been told to go get a switch from a tree? What type of Mississippi shit is this? My grandma told me to get a switch. Let me tell you something. It took me 2.5 hours to get that tree. It took me 2.5 hours to get that tree. You ever been told to go get a switch? To go get your weapon that's gonna do you in? That shit is insane, man. You know what I'm saying? Imagine you ever seen, what's the movie? With Claire Danes in it. Her and her friend, I can't think of it. They go I think to China, and they went to one place, and then they were out hanging, and then they met like these white guys, and they put drugs in their bag, and they end up getting stopped by customs, and because the guys were trying to smuggle drugs into the country. They saw some young white girls, and they're like, some young girls, and they were like, we're gonna try to get these drugs in this country. They smuggle it in, and they end up getting caught, and they end up going to jail in China. You know what I'm saying? I forgot where I was going with that story, but that movie's crazy. That movie is crazy. But getting your ass whipped was no joke from the art form of the mother. But rebellion was the big thing. I had such a great, I had such a great thing to finish that with, and I just lost it. So you gotta deal with this. My shit. Sip of coffee. I'm about to finish this thing up. You ready? So, but the movie was a flop, and I recommend, if you get a chance, go check out and watch The Legend of Billie Jean. 1985. I can't think of her name, but she was the first Supergirl in the movie. Supergirl back then was okay. I'm not. It was nothing like Mr. Reeves' Superman's. It was nothing like that. Mr. Christopher Reeves, his Superman's wasn't nothing like that. But it was you remember it, you know what I'm saying? But it was cool. She played Supergirl, and you know, I remember watching Supergirl on like this funky VHS cassette. It wasn't a typical VHS. It was a funky looking motherfucker. And I remember my first time watching, I was like, oh shit, this is Supergirl. Because I didn't really know. I was watching it on something I wasn't supposed to be watching it. I was just in, I think, one of my uncle's rooms. And he had it, and I was watching it. I was like, oh shit, this is Supergirl. I know Supergirl. And I was watching it, and I enjoyed it. Even then, I knew it wasn't special. It's crazy. Even then, I was like, this is cool. You ain't Christopher Reeve. You know what I'm saying? But it was good. But I recommend you checking out The Legend of Billie Jean. Great 80s movie. It's like wrapped in 80s music. Pat Benatar's Invincible is incredible. Fair is a tagline. $608 was the issue. And just the journey to the end is just fun, man. It is a cult classic. It's one of the underrated cult classics to me, and I think it's definitely worth watching. If you just want to see some history on like how the 80s just really, to me, it was like where you got, you know, Animal House and all these like, you know, I'ma Get You Sucker, and just fun, different type of movies where movies started to take more risk, you know, versus I haven't seen a shit ton of 70s movies. I've seen some. I haven't seen it, but the 80s, man, Karate Kid, you know, just, you know, Batman, fucking Turtles technically is like 90, but it's 89, right? It's like so many movies started to like really change in the 80s. And I really think The Legend of Billie Jean is one of the better cult classics. Such a weird movie for me to choose to talk about, but go check it out. It is really dope. It's really fun. And the song for that movie is really what carries that movie. Believe it or not, that's what really kept the movie alive, was that song, because that song was a top 10 hit. I just gave you a fact. That song was a top 10 hit when it dropped. You know, it's really badass. So that is the end. I did it. That is the end of the Odd Nerd Podcast. This is my new format as I talk about life, and then I go into a movie and I kind of talk about why I enjoy those movies, and I break it down and I convince you to go see it or to go watch it, and it'll only get better and better. I am Thaddeus Shade. This is the Odd Nerd. Peace. I have been on a Starbucks strike when it comes to tea because these motherfuckers ain't got no honey. And I know about a month ago I was complaining about these some bitches not having no honey. These some bitches still ain't got no honey. I said it again. These some bitches still ain't got no honey. They ain't got no honey, man. I go there, they ain't never got no honey. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make my own medicine balls at the house because I don't really drink tea, but I would tear a medicine ball up. I said, I'll make my own tea at the house. So then I go, right? And I'm like, okay, what is a medicine ball, right? I go look, and it's, what is that shit? It's like it's Tijuana, I don't know, Tijuana. I know that's where you get marijuana.